All right, hello, Opera Omnia. Bishop here again. We've got Lufenia Plus, the first one, Pandemonium. So I'm going to run this one. So I got it on about 1.5 because this thing's about 25 minutes. So actually, I got to admit, I apologize. I ran this. I actually got, I don't want to say I got lucky. I beat this on the first try. I wasn't anticipating that, so that's why I hit my microphone on, so I'm running it through it. And plus, it was really, really long because I was trying to figure everything out. So I got Zidane up here because, well, I got Zidane's burst, so I said if I'm going to pull a burst, I'm going to go ahead and use it. I brought Agrias because I'm hoping to lock this guy down and his tornadoes from being able to do anything. And also because she can heal, because, wow, that really hurt. I was honestly not anticipating that to happen until his first turn, not right after my first turn. And then Queen, again, because, I mean, really, I was just trying to aura the heck out of Zidane, because I know he's not, you know, a huge damage dealer. He's not a Garland or a Terra or anybody like that. So I just wanted to be able to battery the heck out of him and be able to use the burst and delete the turns and not really have to worry about the orb. So before that, before Agrias' attack, I was kind of like, oh, this is going to be ugly, slow burn trying to HP. But then that was the other reason why I brought both Agrias and Queen, was the ability to heal. All right, so making sure everybody's set up, ready to go. Here we go. Faded Molly. So I did that on purpose because like I said, I did not want the tornadoes to be able to start attacking, and again trying to limit what Pandemonium was going to be able to do, because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to completely send Pandemonium into the void. But here early on, and there's where Faded Molly worked out well. The tornadoes didn't do anything. Getting a little extra there with Judgment Blade. And so now I decide I'm going to go ahead, put the debuffs on, because I'm looking at this and I'm saying, well, A is nowhere to be seen right now. He is pushed back way too far. And I'm figuring I'm going to be able to shove him back and not worry about it. So I go ahead and put Jack's debuff on him here. Like I said, I see how far away he is. We got a decent battery there, so that's why I went ahead and launched. Right there with that. And here comes Queen. And that was me realizing just how idiotically dumb that idea was, because she was not able to get enough on there without having a multiple enemies to pump that Brave. All right, here comes Kurosami. And I went ahead and threw it on there, all of it on there, because like I said, I'm figuring at this point, Pandemonium is not going to get a turn. Spoiler alert, does he get some turns? And I'm not talking about the freebie turns that he takes. I'm talking he gets a couple turns. I didn't think he was going to, but he did. And see, this is the problem that I have with Zidane. I'm not always 100% sure when he's on a free turn and when he's not on a free turn. I thought I had it figured out, but I really don't with that. So that's why you see me trying to figure out real quick with this, which one's going to break him so I can delete the turn. Because that's just a big pain in the rear end. So I screwed that one up a couple of times. All right, so this is the other big reason why I brought Queen, because it was like if I end up having to eat an HP attack, as long as I've got, as long as she's got her glasses on, I don't have to worry about her. Now, this is where I'm debating, and I go ahead and do that. I wasn't sure if the EX was going to... I wasn't sure if the EX was going to take the turn away, so I kind of was like, well, let me try it. It should, because it's... But again, that... I hadn't quite figured out the freebie stuff yet with that. Because I've seen it where it works, I've seen it where it doesn't work. And I want to give a shout out right now to the Tomberry troop, because when I read on there, really how to play Zidane, really gave me a good idea about how to use his S1 and his S2. All right, Queen doing her massive EX, post-EX damage with what we got here. Back to where we're. The Hallowed Bolt. I so wanted to do that right here at this time. Now this, to me, I'm going to say this right now. This was a good play, I thought, by me. Even though I had a ton of turns The Confuse was still up. I was like, okay, I'm going to make sure I get Faded Molly, have that accessed and ready to go. I knew I had a while before the tornadoes came back, but I wanted to have that ready. So that one I did a good job. I won't speak about the later one coming up. All right, so now I get smart. And so right now I'm debating about, I'm trying to check the buffs here because I'm trying to decide whether or not to do the LD here at this point. So, but I'm smart here. It's like, okay, from now on, if I don't have the tornadoes up, we're going with the S1 with Queen. So right now I'm debating again, do I do the Hallowed Bolt or do I hit them with, and so I decide, okay, let's go Knight's Pride. Let's get a little, we can't really get the battery going here, but I was just refreshing the buffs because I don't remember Agrias' buffs all that well. All right, so again, trying to decide whether or not to delete a turn, and that didn't delete a turn. So that's where I have trouble. When does it delete turns? Now the tornado, the tornado around Pandemonium may have had also something to do with that. I wasn't 100% sure. I did that one because I was crazy. I remember kicking myself afterwards. It's like, oh, that was a dumb idea. Because I didn't need it. I should have just went with the paralysis. So I decided to break another turn here. Now we're starting to get the Brave back because, again, I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't 100% sure what was working here and what wasn't. Free turn. Boy, those free turns are going to come in very handy in a little bit. All right, so here comes the Hallowed Bolt because I had lost the Confuse. And Queen back up for her EX. And let's roll a little bit more Zidane here. Alrighty, so I'm being smart here and I'm waiting to use the Faded Molly, but that's where I'm starting to debate. It's like, ooh, I better use the Judgment Blade. But I wanted to hold off on my C65s. And I got lucky there because I wasn't anticipating him coming out of break. So it's like, okay, let me use all my free turns here right after I got all that stuff taken care of. Like I said, I'm going to kind of kick myself here in a little bit. This is taking... I'm realizing at this point I'm coming up on halfway. And I'm just pounding everything I can right now because I was trying to keep myself on pace. It was like, I'm about 7% over coming into the halfway mark, so I got to start watching the turn count at this point. And then I also start kind of freaking out a little bit because it's like, ooh, this isn't good because I've got 4 skills left. I'm going to run out of skills if I don't save them, so it's why you see me do 2 terrible HP attacks because I had nothing left with that. So I just kind of did that one because I was like, oh, I hadn't done that in a while. Let me get a big hit in right there. All right, so I'm coming up on the 55. I'm over the halfway mark. So it's like, yeah, I'm getting a little nervous here about putting everything together. I got to start really rationing out my skills with that. So, but I did go with the Stellar Circle because I had such high Brave. Because according to the Tomberry Troop, if you're about half on the Brave, use Stellar Circle. If you're under half, use Free Energy. So at this point, I'm still holding off on... even though I'm about halfway, I wanted to kind of see what was happening. As you see here, I'm going Mug. I'm hoping to get a break here, but I'm realizing that's just not going to happen. I debated whether or not to go with the burst. And as you see, there he is. He's got a turn. Boy, was I not expecting that. But I was really hoping for this right here. I was like, let me get the... he's going to give me the big nasty hit here. Surprisingly, that time it wasn't. I was really worried I was going to get destroyed there because I knew Zidane was going to get broken. But it turned out working well for me. So I was debating here with Hallowed Bolt. Do I use that and will that lock him down? And then I can save Faded Molly. And then I decided, well, let me just go ahead and use the Faded Molly and hold on to the Bolt because I know that's going to work. All right, so here comes Aroha. So her call ability is going to be used here in the burst. And there she is, C65, or not the C65, I'm sorry, the LD call. We're going to burst. And I really got to say, I like the way this turn order fell out. It was just kind of an accident kind of thing with that. But I really liked the way it ended up turning out here for me with this. So I went with the EX there because I saw that Agrias and Queen had so much Brave. I was like, all right, well, let them dump it. We'll get a big hit on that, especially because as much as I was taken off of Pandemonium, because here I was kind of worried. I was like, okay, I got 32 turns left. I have got to get some HP off of this guy or I'm just not going to make the turn count. So that was my real objective here, was to just wear him down as much as I could with this. All right, so this is where, again, I just decided let's start spamming some free skills to try to get another break in here. So that's why I went ahead with Solution 9, trying to push A back even further, because like I said, I don't want him getting any turns for as much as I can help. That, and I'm also trying to get free skill usage with that. So I'm just trying to pump out everything I can with him. There's the other free energy. So everybody's jacked up here and ready to go. Now here's where I made a bad play. I should have went ahead and used her LD here instead of Judgment Blade to get Brave Molly back up. Now, not because they took off and went away. Right here, because next time this guy goes under 30%, I'm getting hit with another attack. I didn't have Faded Molly up here. This is where I really wish I had Faded Molly up and ready to go here, because as you can see, B and C jumped in front of it. At this point, I'm figuring I'm going to have a good shot at being able to push these guys back, but I didn't have the confuse on them, and they're going to be able to get a hit on me. And because I didn't have it, so they're going to get one, and that's okay. I'm going to be able to eat one of them here. That's fine. But when Agrias' turn comes up here, because I'm thinking I have it, I didn't have Faded Molly. This is when I wanted it right here. So I was not prepared for that. I should have had that ready to go. Part of that is because I knew I had Hallowed Bolt ready to go, and I was debating here, okay, is Hallowed Bolt going to lock these guys down? So it's like, all right, let's find out. And as I find out, I was wrong. Boy, was I way wrong. So again, I'm a little worried because I see how close B and C are right now. And it's like, man, I got to get some heals on these guys, or I'm going to be in some trouble. So that's why I popped back in on Solution 9. I was like, yeah, I might have to use that here. So I'm holding off, but I went Stellar Circle again to push him back. So you're going to see me play this a little bit better this time. Although, like I said, I wish I had the Faded Molly on there before, and I didn't even use it the next time I had Agrias up, which was really dumb of me. All right, there's my free energy, so I'm thinking, okay, I got to really use my skills here. So here we go. Time to get an automatic paralyze. I was actually wondering here if I was going to get A broken or not, because Agrias just wasn't hitting anything. Now they disappeared, and that's fine. You know, I never was really counting the turn. All right, so here I am looking at 5. It's like, okay, I got to get this orb out, so which is why I'm thinking it's time for the LD coming up soon. I decide I'm going to wait just a little bit longer. I'm going to get, and so I go with Exdeath friend here, specifically for this reason, in order to start sucking the life out of this guy. Now, I did do the Maelstrom on purpose because the burst effect is only 3 turns. So I did the Maelstrom to get the Butt of Darkness debuff on him, so that it's going to be at 3 stacks when I use the EX. Which right now, the only thing I'm worried about right now with the EX, or excuse me, the burst, is I got to get this guy out of here. So it's like, okay, good. I still have one more LD. Delete the turn. I know I'm going to be able to get Exdeath's. BT effect up before the summon, which is what I wanted to do here. So there's we go BT, and I'm just going to suck the life out of this guy here. And Exdeath really does a good number here, and I was glad I brought her in for Queen instead of Agrias. I was kind of debating how I was going to do that. So, but this kind of off-turn damage is impressive. So right now with the BT effect up, I'm going to start running every free ability use I can with Zidane and get myself up and ready to go. So if it's free, I'm spending, as you can see right now, trying to drain all the HP out of this guy that I can. So I start going here with a little bit of the Knight's Pride to battery up, try to get him as much power as we can. Thankfully the EX is up. We're going to get a really nice launch here. So I'm at 70 turns and with 7%. And I'm not going to lie, I'm feeling pretty good about myself right now. I'm like, this turned out well. So now I'm going to Almagas the next 2 turns with Exdeath. I wasn't worried about a turn here because I knew I still had to confuse. But I did the Hallowed Bolt just thinking it would give me some decent damage, and it was terrible. So I was like, man, I should not have done that. So I went ahead and did my last Stellar Circle there just as a last in case for the orb. And like I said, I'm just spamming stuff, trying to let Exdeath pull him down as close as I can. Considering the summon, but I was like, man, I'm getting real close. I'm not even going to need the summon. So it worked out well for me. 3 turns I didn't even need. Exdeath with 1 more Almagast. And I go Knight's Pride here just in case to blow this guy up. And that's it. So I'm not going to lie. First try, kind of surprised myself. Now, granted, I will say, you know, everybody here was synergy. So that helped in that regard. But as you can see, 76. Let me pull that one back. As you can see, 76 turns. That is that is cutting it quite close. I actually kind of was thinking to myself, I probably could have got away with Purim and another damage dealer, and that one might have helped. So I hope you've found this video helpful. If you did, please feel free to like, comment. I appreciate anybody. If you get say anything that can help me improve my commentary, I appreciate it. Take care. See you again soon. Bye-bye.